good, Commanders fans? Victory Monday feels good after a win. It took care of business, even if it was an ugly win. And Emmanuel Forbes, he might be back. I gave him a hard time about that post, but of course we'll do studs and duds, and then we'll look at PFF grades as well, and go from there. But before we get started, I want to give a quick shout out to Critical Peak Services. Make sure you guys give them a call. Critical Peak Electrical Services. Make sure you guys give them a call at 877-247-9767 for anything electrical, whether outlet's not working, receptacle's not working, or you want to get new lighting for outside and the front and the back of your house, or a patio light, pool lighting, exterior staircase lighting, any type of lighting you're looking for. If you get nice recessed lighting in your basement for your man cave, anything like that for your kitchen to revamp or renovate, make sure you guys give them a call at 877-247-9767. They also do security cameras as well and electric car charging stations. So make sure you guys give them a call. You get 10% off your first service call or any work that they do for you guys. You get 10% off. Give them a call using code Commander, saying that Ed Oliver sent you guys. And they get free estimates as well. Shout out to Critical Peak Electrical Services. So, all right, so let's look at some studs here. First stud for me, of course, is Sam Howell, man. He looked darn good, man. And I want to pull up some numbers from him yesterday. He was really good against the blitz. He was 13 for 18, 139 yards, 1 touchdown, and no pick with 113.0 pass rating against the blitz. And this is not per PFF. This is just regular numbers right here that you see, just like QBR pass rating. He did a heck of a job. You just see him evade the rush, man. And that 3rd and 23 run, that just shows how gutsy he is, how tough he is. You look at his last year at Carolina when he had no De'Ami Brown, Daz Newsome went to the NFL, Javonte Williams, a couple of his running backs went to the NFL. He had to run. He was a tough runner. And that's why I do want to see him run a little bit more. Not too much more, but I do want to see him use his legs a little bit. He knows how to slide. He knows how to get down. He's just a tough runner, man. He's done that a couple times this year. But that 3rd and 23 yard run, because Charles Leno had a false start. And then he got sacked, and then we had a false start. It was like one of those typical plays that Sam Howell has had where he gets sacked, and then we get a false start from Leno, and then we get out of field goal range. But no, Sam took over and got that first down. The pass to Byron Pringle where he was on the run, just evading the rush, making something happen, make something shake, extending the play of finding Byron Pringle. The beautiful pass to Jahan Dotson for a touchdown. A couple passes to De'Ami Brown where he caught a few. Jamison Crowder, getting Jamison Crowder involved. Of course, getting Terry McLaurin involved. Just the rhythm in the screen game. So I got to give props to Eric Bieniemy as well. I thought he was a stud for the most part, except for the 3rd and 6th play call. And what else did Bieniemy do that I did not like? I think for the most part, that's really it. Just that last series where we gave the ball back after we got lucky with the offsides call, where we just kept throwing the ball instead of churning out the clock when we had the lead. So that's the only thing I didn't like from Bieniemy. Did get the run game going with Gibson and Brian Robinson, and just getting those guys involved in the passing game. Getting Antonio Gibson involved in space. I really like that from Bieniemy as well. So Sam Howell certainly was a stud. The way he battling against a Bill Belichick defense. Of course, Matt Judon was not there. I don't think Josh Uche played, but still, I won't take anything away from what Sam Howell did against a Bill Belichick defense. He's still known for confusing quarterbacks, especially young quarterbacks, a second-year quarterback in Sam Howell. So he had a heck of a game for sure. 75.3 passing grade, the highest of his career. 5 big-time throws. 1 turnover worthy play. The interception in the end zone was just awful. It was terrible. It was like the Dallas play from last year. That was just an awful interception. He had a 72.1% adjusted completion percentage. So he had have a day, Sam Howell. Have a day. 77.9 PFF grade as well. He looked like a franchise quarterback that game. He really did. He looked the part, played well. We don't win that game without Sam. Really, seriously. And we really could have blew them out. I'm not going to say blow them out, but we could have won by more if Brian Robinson doesn't fumble, if De'Ami Brown catches the touchdown the catch that should have been a touchdown where he dropped it. So a lot of ifs and woulda, coulda, shouldas, but Sam Howell looked good. He looked good. 2 weeks in a row, he looks really good. Looked really good against the Eagles. Looked really good. He had 2 bad interceptions, 1 bad interception against the Eagles, and 1 bad interception against the Patriots. Those are the only critiques I really have for him. The offensive line did a lot better yesterday as well. So Terry McLaurin, I think he was a stud. He played pretty well for the most part. Had a couple catches here and there. Didn't have a crazy game, but I thought he played well, as he always does. Gibson, there was a stat for Antonio Gibson as well that I found. John Keim tweeted it out. I gotta find. Oh, Antonio Gibson had a season high 73 yards after contact and rushing and receiving combined. He had 76 total yards. A few of his passes were behind the line of scrimmage, made guys miss on Sunday. Yeah, he did. There was one time where Sam threw it a little low. He got the catch and still kept running for the first down. And Sam Howell did a heck of a job. I love that from Antonio Gibson. He looked explosive, made guys miss. Yak had a lot of yak, made some guys miss in the phone booth as well. So I love what Antonio Gibson did. And we used him as a receiver. That's something that we talked about. That we talk about every single season. And it finally happened. So I was happy to see that. He had an 84.9 PFF grade, 92.6 passing grade, catching the football. So he did a good job with that. Pass blocking was 72.1, running 67.7. Byron Pringle had an 80.4 offensive grade as well. He had a good game, 83.4 passing grade. Charles Leno had a good game, 77.3 pass blocking grade, 79.5 offensive grade. Sam Howell, 77.9. Wiley had a better game, 70.8. Terry McLaurin, 69.7. Chris Paul had a good game as well, 66.7. So once he's been inserted into the lineup, he's played better. The offensive line has looked better. Same thing with Tyler Larson. Tyler Larson, 61.6, a 29.7 pass blocking grade. So once again, Tyler Larson grades out badly, but PFF isn't the end-all be-all. But he's been doing a good job. Alex Armand with a 43.7, Brian Robinson with 51.1, but an 84.3 pass blocking grade. Brian Robinson had a really nice touchdown run. I like that a lot. Some things I did not mention in my video yesterday was the Chris Rodriguez block. I thought it was a good block from him on special team. I'm sorry, tackle. That was a big tackle by him. Andre Jones had a deflection. Didn't talk about that. Percy Butler had a deflection as well. Kendall Fuller had a deflection as well against Juju Smith-Schuster. Even though Juju Smith-Schuster dropped it, it was a tough play by Kendall Fuller. He made it tougher on the receiver for sure. Cosme with a 43.0 pass blocking grade. So the offensive line did not grade well at all. Jameson Crowder, 61.3 grade overall. I thought he had a good day. Logan Thomas had a solid day as well, 55.4. Jahan Dotson, where is he at? 66.4. He had a good day with a touchdown catch, but he did have a drop. He had a big drop in the first part of the game, which was just awful. Moving over to the defensive side of the ball, I thought Sly was fine. I thought Cheeseman was fine. Crowder was fine as a punt returner as well, as far as the studs. Trying to think of some duds here. Emmanuel Forbes, man, 91.3 hit. He had a bounce back day. 91.0 coverage grade, man. He bounced back. He should have caught that interception. That's the only thing I'm mad at him at. But he said he's back, and apparently he played well. He played pretty well against a lesser wide receiver core, but he played well. 91.3 PFF grade, 91.0 coverage grade, third highest graded corner on PFF. 37 coverage snaps, 7 targets, only 2 catches and 12 yards allowed for Emmanuel Forbes. So he stepped up. He played big. I want to see him do it against some better receivers. Next week we play against DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett, Jackson Smith, and Jigba. That will be a tougher test for Emmanuel Forbes for sure. I don't know if we're going to put him on DK Metcalf. We'll see. But if he's on him, he's got to be ready for the challenge. Personally, I would not put him on DK at all. But, we'll see about that. F.A. Obata, 83.8. PFF grade, pass rushing grade, 83.5. So he stepped up. We, trading Chase Young and Montez Sweat away. Didn't get much of a pass rush yesterday. But other guys did step up. David Mayo, 78.3 PFF grade. So a lot of people give David Mayo a hard time, but I thought he played better per PFF. Jartavius Quan Martin, 72.7, had that huge interception, 71.3 coverage grade, probably because of the interception. KJ Henry, 68.7 defensive grade. That was a sack. That was just BS. The refs certainly were duds for sure. Ben St. Juste, 65.1 PFF grade and a 63.2 coverage grade. He's struggled this year kind of in coverage. Let Jalen Hyatt get a big pass. Struggled a little bit against the Eagles as well. So he's gotten beat here and there for the most part. And he had a tough game against Drake London as well. Drake London had 100 receiving yards on Ben St. Juste for the most part. Jamin Davis made up for the rough start where Jack Del Rio gave him a hard time after the Ramondre Stevenson 64-yard run. But Jamin Davis stepped up with getting that pass deflection on Ramondre Stevenson. That was a big play in the fourth quarter where it was a wheel route. He did get beat, but he recovered and stepped up and made a big play. Mac Jones did underthrow the pass there. Percy Butler had a 25.7 tackling grade, but he did have a big deflection. Kendall Fuller with a 55.9 defensive grade as well. Deron Payne with 53.2. Casey Toohill, 44.2. Khalid Hudson, 42.1. And Fedarian Mathis, 29.9. Pretty darn bad as well. Khalid Hudson had a 39.2 coverage grade. Jabril Cox did not get any snaps at all. We keep talking about him getting activated each week, but he's not getting any snaps at all. Not getting any snaps at all out there. But shout out to Emmanuel Forbes, man. He played well. He did bounce back. He said he's back, so we'll see. Let's see if he can continue this and keep this up for sure. Ron Rivera, he was better. He finally threw a challenge flag. A lot of people said he should have called a timeout before the Sam Howell interception. I do not agree with that. I was not mad at him for not calling a timeout. I'm more upset with Sam Howell throwing an interception. That was ridiculous, throwing it into triple coverage. He has to be better than that, and I think Sam is better than that for sure. He doesn't do that a lot, but he did that against Dallas last year. Sam Howell right now, he is second in yards in the league, passing yards. Tua Tagovailoa is number 1. Pat Mahomes is third. Just looking at some early stats in the season, mid-season stats. Most completions in the NFL, 235 is Sam Howell. Second most passing yards in the NFL. And the most touchdowns in the NFL over the last games is Sam Howell with 10. Now, the volume is very, very high there, too. So you got to look at the context. Eric Bieniemy's been dropping back Sam Howell a lot. But if I had to look at duds, I would just really look at the refs, man. That's really it, honestly. Just the refs. And De'Ami Brown dropping the touchdown pass. And that's really it. I don't really have many duds in this game. But Cam Curl, he made a few plays here and there. Nothing too crazy. But yeah, that's about it, guys. That's about it. Let me know if I missed anybody else as far as like studs and duds or anything like that. But Gibson impressed. This was his best game so far. Didn't put up big numbers, but he made some big plays. So all right, you guys let me know what you guys think. Healthy Commanders. Peace.